Hello and welcome everyone. It is April 3rd, 2019. Today was new comic book day. That means it's time for another new comic haul video. And wow, we had a good week this week. There was some really good stuff out. We'll get going at it in just a second. Thank you to all my subscribers for taking the time to send me comments, watch my videos. Because of you, my channel's growing, so thanks so much. And just a real quick note on the contest. I've made it, if you haven't got a reply yet, I am getting to them. I've made it up to 850 so far, so the first 850 people have got a reply with a number. If you haven't got one, you will get one over the next couple days, because I'm going to try and run through all the other ones I haven't hit yet. So stay tuned. Don't worry, if you're in there, you'll be entered. So it's all good. I have to give a birthday shout out today to JBZ70, one of my subscribers. He said, "Hey Jim, it's my birthday on the 5th of April. It's his 50th birthday, so happy big 5-0 to you, JBZ. You're younger than me because I hit that a few years ago." So, anyways, happy birthday. That's just in a couple days, so yeah, that's going to be a good one. It's Friday night. Hey, you can get out there and party, so all good. Anyways, we'll get into my books this week. I don't have an LCS shout out today. I only got a couple from the independents. I got one I'm really looking forward to was Blood Realm #1. It's volume 2. It kind of carried on from, well, it's almost basically a new story, but it's a it sounds kind of funny, but it didn't just start off right where the other one left, but it's got the same characters and stuff, but it's obviously building up to what's going to happen here. So it was pretty good. I'm really looking forward to it. Man, I love the artwork that Robert Geronimo does on that, so got that one. And then another one that a lot of you are aware of is Die #5. I picked that up today. I got both covers for that one. Really good series, and man, I was so lucky to grab a couple of the back issues that I was missing. I got first prints, which I'm really happy with. So haven't read that one yet, but I can't wait to read it. So that's all I picked up from Independence this week. I was going to buy that Obey Me #1, but I don't know, I passed on it. So that's it from Independence. From DC, I only got, well, I picked up one back issue. I got a few copies as Batman Who Laughs #1, but that's the first full appearance of Grim Knight, and I grabbed another one. So, and this week, only got one title from them, Justice League 21, which I've been enjoying all the way along, and this is the first full appearance of the World Forger. He shows up in here. Some people are saying this is his first appearance, but it's actually not. It's his first full appearance, so that's him in the book, and then, spoiler alert, I guess I should have said that before. I mean, he's throughout. I mean, he's on a bunch of different pages and stuff, so it is a full appearance. But he actually showed up in the previous issue, #20. There's one page where they're talking about Perpetua and her 3 sons, and they mentioned Monitor, Anti-Monitor, and the World Forger, and the World Forger is right there in the middle. So that's him right there. So he makes a first appearance, and he's over here too. You kind of get a cameo of him there, and first appearance here. So he does show up in issue #20, but 21 is his first full appearance, where you get him, you know, speaking and throughout the whole book and everything. So definitely a good one to get, but it's technically not his first appearance. So that's it from DC. From Marvel, most of my stuff was Marvel this week. I got Conan the Barbarian #5. I love those ribbage covers. And actually, I like the story in this one. It's pretty cool. It's about him on this pirate ship and killing everybody. And there's this idol that turns them all into, well, anyways, you have to read it. It's pretty good. But right at the end, of course, the Crimson Witch and those creepy kids show up. So, pretty cool. Deadpool #11 was another one I got, and this one was actually, I really enjoyed this. It's the whole origin story of Good Knight in here, and it's setting up a big battle between him and Deadpool in issue #12. So I really hope they don't kill that character off, because I really like that character, that Good Knight, and it's a total play on Batman, so it's pretty cool. The big one from Marvel, which they've been pushing, geez, it seems like they've been pushing this for the last 2 years. War of the Realms finally came out, so I did not get the one cover I really wanted was that Hela variant, and man, I didn't get it. I was kind of pissed about that, but my shop didn't. Initially, it was listed as an incentive cover, and a lot of shops, my shop didn't really, because there were so many covers for this, so you had to kind of pick and choose months in advance. He didn't choose that one. And then an email came out a while ago, and he missed it, which happens sometimes, saying that it was now just going to be a regular variant, and he didn't order any. So kind of screwed on that one, but anyways, I got that. I think that's a Delato cover, really nice. I like that one. I got the Battle Lines variant and also the black and white. Those are the only ones I got from War of the Realms. But I got to show you this one image from. There's one. There's well, again, I'll show you why this is kind of cool in a minute. But there's this one battle scene, so they all show up. All the monsters and everything, they show up on Earth, and right on the second page they start battling, and this guy's wearing a Howard the Duck costume, and Howard the Duck's head goes flying, and I'll talk about Howard the Duck in a second, but it's kind of funny. Howard for president, so I don't know, it's just kind of funny. I just saw that flying through the air and I just had to laugh. Got my Avengers No Road Home number 8. Really enjoying this weekly title. And again, I'm showing some more images here. So this one centers around quite a bit of the Hulk battling Nyx. And so the Hulk and Nyx get battling, you know, they're battling away here. And she ends up ripping, because he kind of absorbed part of her power when he broke that shard. And in this one, she ends up shining light on him, which transforms him back into Banner. And then it almost looks like she somehow captured his gamma power or something. I don't know. We're going to have to see how that goes. But kind of interesting, because I was thinking the last issue, he absorbed that power and went gray. And I thought that was going to lead into Joe Fixit, which we'll talk about in a minute here. So anyways. Now this is one. Okay, so I kind of crapped all over this Major X book in my last video. I'm like, oh man, this looks terrible. Rob Liefeld, I'm not going to get it. And well, I was on the fence whether I was going to get one or not. I did buy 2 copies, and I'll show you why. So this is a big spoiler alert. If you haven't read this and you don't want to know, turn the video off. But of course, the day after I did the video, I was talking to Nick from Key Collector Comics app. And so again, this is a big reveal here, so if you don't want to know, turn it off. So at the end, you find out who Major X is, and it says, he says, my name is Alexander Nathaniel Summers, so he's Cable's son. And that's kind of a big deal, because you get the first appearance of Major X throughout the book and on the cover. And then you find out the reveal is he's Cable's son. So it's like, oh damn it! Now I had to get that book. So that's because it turns out it's kind of an important issue to get. So yeah, I did crap on it, but hey, it was a good one to get. So I did put a post out on Instagram recommending people buy that, just because there is going to be a big. Once I found out and I told people I wasn't getting it, I want them to know that yeah, actually I changed my mind on that one. So, and then I got a couple Hulk reprints. I got number 14, the second printing, and I love that image. That's that where he just after he just got shot in the head by Bushwhacker. And I got the second print of number 13, which is love that cover. That's just a gorgeous picture, and you got the one below all kind of in the background there. Really cool. And obviously this week I got number 16, cover A. Love that cover. Another gorgeous Alex Ross cover. And yep, you know I was not going to go without getting that one. I got the one for 25, which is absolutely stunning. And this was a big issue. You notice I got, in the background, I got 168, which is your first appearance of Harpy. And what was his name? Gary Newser. I think I said Grant when I talked about it a while ago. He mentioned that he figured this was who Betty Ross was coming back as. And I said I figured she was going to be Red She-Hulk. So again, big spoiler alert here. I'm going to go through this and show images. So this issue revolves around Rick Jones, and starts with Jackie McGee's reading a book, an autobiography of Rick Jones, and he's talking about the first time he sees Banner change into the Hulk. And then of course the next page you see Rick Jones being revived. I've showed kind of some of these images before. They're dumping him all that green goo, which I'm thinking is probably from Abomination. He was sent to around Jupiter, which I'll get to in a minute. But anyways, Rick Jones right at the bottom here looks like he's revived. So he'll be coming back, most like his A-bomb. Anyways, so yeah, Jackie McGee goes and Well, also you got the Hellhounds show up. This isn't the first appearance of Hellhounds, but they showed up and they're cool looking. So, anyways, Jackie McGee's investigating the scene where where Betty was shot and everything. And of course, you get the red harpy sitting in the tree. So, what is the red harpy? Well, it's a combination of harpy and the red She-Hulk. So you've now got the red harpy. The interesting thing is, I'm wondering if she transforms into the red harpy during the day and then the red She-Hulk at night, because that's when Hulk comes out, is at nighttime. So I'm wondering if she's going to be like a dual character or if she's just going to be the red harpy. But either way, it's pretty cool. You've got basically a combo of harpy and red She-Hulk in the one book, so it's pretty awesome. And then, of course, at the end, you get Bushwhackers use these UV lights on the Hulk and turns him back into Banner. And right at the end, he says, "I ain't Bruce Banner," and next to Joe. So he's going to be turning into Joe Fixit, who's not quite as strong as the Hulk, but man, he's pretty cunning and not against hurting people for money and everything else. So it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. I can't wait to see where this story goes. That's it for my books this week, folks. But I do have some spec stuff to talk about. Talking about the Hulk and Rick Jones, Abomination earlier. Hulk number 4. This is the issue. I'm pretty sure I showed this one before, but this is the issue where Captain America hooks up a teleportation device Iron Man hooks up a teleportation device to Captain America's shield, and then the Hulk throws the shield through Abomination, which basically transports him to Jupiter, which is what they mentioned in the Immortal Hulk run, which is really cool. And then I got issue number 5, which is if you look at the cover, you can tell right away it's an Alex Ross cover, and he didn't do too many Hulk covers prior to this Immortal Hulk run. And that's an awesome cover. And this is a really good book because this is the first appearance of Doc Green. So Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk, but this is after he gets shot in the head. This is kind of that storyline. And Iron Man uses the extremis, like these nanites, to repair his brain tissue, but it makes him super smart. So he becomes like a super. I think he's even smarter than Professor Hulk when he's in this character anyways, but he's like a super intelligent Hulk. So it's a really good book. It's a great looking cover, and it's your first appearance of Doc Green, so it's a good one to get if you can find it. I mentioned this one a while ago, and I'll mention it again because I talked about it's the first full appearance of Kamala Khan. She's on the cover here. Does a couple first appearances or cameos, more likely, or a better way to say it, I guess, is in Captain Marvel 14 and 17. And then the second print of 17, she's on the cover. But this is her first full appearance in a book. And it's a really good one. At the time, I said, it's Brie Larson had mentioned she wants Miss Marvel to be in Captain Marvel 2. And they're going to be making a second one. The movie's made over $1 billion already. That's just ticket sales, too. So, and of course, they're in talks with an actress. God damn, I can't remember. Priyanka, I think is her name. And rumor is she's going to be playing Miss Marvel. So, if you haven't got that one, boy, that's one you want to try and hunt down. There is a second print as well. Because, pretty likely. And it's funny, I remember when I showed this, somebody said, yeah, whatever, Miss Marvel showed up in a movie. Yeah, she'll be showing up in a movie. Anyways, there you go. So that's it for kind of that stuff. I do have some stuff down the road I want to talk about. Hang on 2 seconds. This is one I showed on my Instagram. This just got announced the other day that it looks like they're finally going to start filming on Akira movie with Leonardo DiCaprio involved. And these are both first prints that I bought off the shelf back in '88. Really nice shape. I'm glad I bought these. There was 38 issues in this Epic Comics run. And the last, I want to say 5 or 6 issues came out several years out. Like they were coming out fairly regularly. And then the last 5 or 6 issues, it took them a long time to get those out. And some of those are really low print runs. So some of the later issues are actually worth a lot of money if you can find them. Most of these issues in this whole run are getting up there in price just because it's a really, really good story. There is a cartoon movie that came out in I want to say the 80s or early 90s. I can't remember when it came out. It's kind of a condensed version of the story, but it still gives you a good idea. But it's a post-apocalyptic story, and it's really good. There are second prints on these. It's funny, one of my subscribers, I've always looked on the inside for the indicia and stuff, but the $350 price is first print, and I think $395 is the second print. They bumped the price up on the second print, so that's how you can tell on the cover. But if you're not sure, just check on the inside. It'll say first or second print. But boy, those are really good books. An interesting note: this was the first comic to come out that was digitally colored with computers. Before that, it was all the colored dots. But this was one of the first ones that was able to give a little more shading and really kind of different color palette and everything. And from that point on, well, nowadays everything's computer colored digitally kind of thing. So that's kind of an interesting side note on that. But anyways, stuff coming down the road. What have we got? Carnage. That free comic book day, I mentioned it before, the Spider-Man one. Really try to get that one, because that is, I've seen images in that, and Dark Carnage shows up in that. And he did show up briefly in Carnage Born, just a kind of a brief image when he first turned back, when Cletus Cassidy first turned back into, came to life and turned into Carnage again. He was all black for a second with that red circle pattern on his head, and then he went back to the Carnage symbiote suit. But it's looking like Noel's going to probably start getting more control of him, and he's going to go black. So that looks, man, that looks cool. Yeah, I really try to get that one. Another one, I mentioned this one before, and I'm going to mention it again, especially with Dark Age, the free comic book day. That looks like a great story, and it just got optioned, I want to say, in the last week or so. And there was a preview book, I think, sent out to all the shops, so that's really heated up in price, so you can, or an ash can or whatever. I know Key Collector's got that on the site. You can go check it out there if you want. Coming down the road, you got Deceased #1 that comes out May 1st. I showed a couple of these covers, and I'm showing them again because they're awesome covers. Kind of a zombie virus sort of thing that starts attacking everybody, and this looks so good. So there's issue 1, and then there's a couple issues or covers for issue 2, which look really good. Man, they look awesome. And then Black Cat #1, that comes out June 5th. There's only one cover so far, but it's a J. Scott Campbell cover. And it's the first Black Cat solo series. She's been in lots of comics, obviously, mainly Spider-Man, but it's her first standalone title, so that looks pretty cool. Silver Surfer Black #1. I mentioned this one before, too. That comes out June 12th. But I just want to mention that Thanos #15 was your first appearance. I mean, it's a great, man, that's a key book, because you learn that Cosmic Ghost Rider is Frank Castle and all that kind of stuff. But there's so much stuff. On the last page, you get this image of Norrin Rad as the Fallen One. And so that's the last page of 15. This is the 4th printing of Thanos 15. I bought several copies of that, but if you got that, hang on to that one. If you don't, try to hunt it down. You should be able to find it pretty cheap, because it is a 4th printing, but that's the first cover appearance of the Fallen One. Or, well, Norrin Rad is the Fallen One, so it's a really good one to get if you can get it. Just want to point out, because that Silver Surfer Black, I'm pretty sure is gonna kind of explain how he becomes the Fallen One and everything, so that'll be really good. Event Leviathan, this looks really good. It's got a couple covers, and it looks like that whole Leviathan Rising in Action Comics is leading up to that. And this comes out June 12th, so the next couple issues of Action Comics, well, next few issues, not just couple, but the next few are going to be good ones to get, because at some point you're going to get an appearance of that it looks like a new character coming up, so it looks really good. Detective Comics 1001, mentioned this one in my last video with Detective Comics 1000. Arkham Knight showed up on the last page, just kind of a headshot. But 1001, you're going to get your first full appearance of Arkham Knight, and he's on the cover. It's not his first cover appearance, but it is his first cover appearance in the DCU, and obviously with Detective Comics, so it looks like a good one. And I don't know if you noticed, there is a new logo for Detective Comics, so it looks, I don't know, looks pretty good, I guess. Couple War of the Realms titles you're going to want to look at. Journey into Mystery, April 10th. There's so many of these tie-ins, but a couple of good ones are April 10th, the War of the Realms Journey into Mystery #1 comes out, and that looks like Thor's baby sister is showing up in that one. So I don't know if that's a new character or what's going on, but it's kind of interesting. And then War of the Realms War Scrolls #1. It has Daredevil's face on the front, and at some point in this run of War of the Realms, he's going to become Daredevil, the God of Fear, where he gets cosmic powers. So that looks really cool. And you notice, if you noticed on that War of the Realms Journey into Mystery, he was standing on the cover with those cosmic powers. So I don't know if he gets them in that Journey into Mystery, or if this War Scrolls he gets the powers. So both of those are going to be good. And also War Scrolls has a new Howard the Duck story, so that's going to be cool. And I mentioned I showed Howard the Duck's head getting chopped off. Well, as a mask, but it's still floating through the air, so it's kind of interesting. And another one, War of the Realms, is New Agents of Atlas #1. It's going to have 3 new characters, Arrow, Swordmaster, and Wave. So the order info for all those War of the Realms books I was talking about were on the screen there. And one last one, with War, since we're going to end on War of the Realms, Journey into Mystery 632. This is a really good book to get because it's your first appearance of Thori, the murder dog. I love that character. He's a cool dog. All he wants to go around doing is murdering people. But this whole book is about him and his story and how he became. You know, he came into, like, Loki is the one that he came. Kind of brought him in and everything. It was a gift, a Christmas gift and everything. So it's really good. I highly recommend that because it's your first full appearance of Thori the murder dog. So awesome stuff. Anyways, that's it with this week, folks. Ton of good stuff out, man. There was just so much stuff, and you got some good spec books and movie announcements. There's just so much stuff coming out these days. It's hard to stay on top of it, but hope you got some of those books this week. If you haven't made it to your shop, there's some really good ones. Try to get that War of the Realms Hella cover. If you can find that one for cover price, pick it up. I could not find that one. My shop didn't get them, and I know they're not the easiest ones to find. So that's it this week, folks. Happy hunting. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye for now.